Hey everybody, it's Karen Bentley here with the Recovery Superpower channel, where we revolutionize, reinvent, redefine, and re-energize the entire recovery process, and we do it together. That's what makes it so exciting, so creative, so innovative, and so fun. I'm also the author of this book, The Power to Stop. It's a 30-day program for any dependency or substance abuse, or alternatively, it's just 30 great ideas for stopping yourself. And you can get this at Amazon or any bookstore, and I'll put the link below. Check it out. It's a really nice book. And today we're going to be talking about the warrior's mindset for stopping yourself. And I'm saying warrior, W-A-R-R-I-O-R, not worrier, W-O-R-R-I-E-R. A warrior is someone who fights a battle. And we're fighting the only worthy battle, which is winning over the ever-present impulse to self-destruct. Everybody on planet Earth has the ever-present impulse to self-destruct. All of us do. But some of us, me, you, other folks, some of us feel that impulse more than others, and so we respond to it. And so the trick is to win over that impulse, to stop responding to it. And that's what a warrior's mindset is about, to stop responding to that impulse to self-destruct. We can't get rid of the damn impulse, but we can ignore it, right? And then life is a whole lot easier and more functional and happier. That's what we're after. So I've got 4 really useful ideas to share with you that I'd like you to consider. And these ideas comprise the warrior's mindset for stopping. And the first idea is to make a decision. I promise you, nothing, absolutely nothing is going to happen if you don't make a decision. A decision is your starting point. You must decide to stop. I stop myself. I am free. I am powerful. I can stop myself. I stop myself. I like the word stopping. For me, I like to say that better than I'm not an addict or I'm not dependent. I stop myself. You know, that's more directive to me. It's more positive to me. But you use the words that work for you. Maybe it's stop, maybe it's free, maybe it's power. Maybe you like to use words that are common to addiction, you know, that kind of terminology. You pick the words that work for you. You can refine it as you go along. The only thing it needs to be is short and decisive and clear, okay? Short, decisive, clear. I stop myself. Boop. I am free. Whatever. You pick the word, then you write it down in handwriting or printing, on paper, with a pen or a pencil or a marker. Write it 10 times. Write it as slowly as you can. Make it neat. Make it clear. And as you write it, say the words, I stop myself, or whatever phrase you're using. And then when you're done, you read it 10 times in the mirror, and you look at yourself as you're reading. You want to invoke as many senses as you can into your decision. Your decision is your PowerPoint. Nothing will happen without a decision. So you need to make a decision. Consider making that decision today. The second idea is to embrace the fact that becoming a warrior is a training or learning process. So when you join the Army or the Navy or the Marines, you're not a Marine on day 1. You have to learn some skills. You have to learn how to be a soldier. So, you know, occasionally there are people who can right off the bat stop themselves. It is possible, but that is a minority. Maybe it's you, but it's more likely that it won't be you. So you must accept the fact that this is a training program. It's a rigorous training program. You're not going to, you know, start and stop for 3 months and then, you know, maybe think about it again. No, you're going to start and fall off and start right away again and fall off and start right away again and fall off. This is training, baby. No goofing around. No goofing around. You got to get right back on. And every time you try, you learn a mind mapping process. So you're learning how to sustain the stopping skill. You're teaching yourself, you're understanding what goes on in your physiology and what goes on in your thinking and what goes on in your life experience, and you're adapting to it. And it takes a little bit to adapt sometimes. So give yourself a break. Be willing to be a beginner. I'm a beginner here on YouTube. I'm trying not to worry about too much being a beginner and just do it. And that's what you have to do too. Just do it. Be a beginner. Go in training. Who cares if you fall off? Just get back on. That's what's important, okay? So you're going to make a decision. You're going to accept that it's a learning, training process. You're not going to be a warrior overnight. You have to learn how to be a warrior, but you have to stick with it. Be rigorous. Right back on, baby, okay? The third thing, and this is really important, every time you stop yourself, you are accumulating power. Power. There is power residing in your unwanted behavior. There is energy in that behavior. And every time you don't express that behavior, that power is transferred to the inside of you. This is how you accumulate inner strength and personal power. Every time you stop, every time you refrain, every time you hold your ability to stop, you are accumulating personal power. It's a storage system, and it's a building system. And so maybe the first time you stop, you can only stop for an hour or a day or 2 days. And then the next time, maybe you stop for a week. And then the next time, maybe it's 3 weeks. And then over time, you develop so much power that you're able to hold your stopping ability. You can sustain it forever, eventually. So this is how it works. There's power in the behavior that you're stopping. You take that power, you accumulate it, and one day a tipping point is reached, and it's not a struggle. You just stop, just like that. It's so easy. Don't worry about it. It happens. Just keep doing the process. It will happen. I promise you, it happens. And the fourth idea in the warrior's mindset that is really important is to realize that your past performance means nothing. It means nothing. It's irrelevant. Ignore it. What matters is your decision, your mindset, you're willing to get right back on, and your accumulation of power. You could have really racked up some major mistakes, and they are all meaningless because they haven't helped you in any way. And if you dwell on all your mistakes, you're just going to be stuck in the dark side, and you don't want to be in the dark side. You want to be in the light, which is believing in yourself, working on yourself, accumulating power, living in power. And that's what matters. When I was in high school, I was a really uninspired student. I didn't get very good grades, and I didn't participate in class, and I rarely did my homework, and I didn't study for quizzes, and I just shuffled through, And when I got to college, I was older. I was an older adult, and I was so inspired. And I just, like that, I was making A's and studying and just being a star student. So my past performance meant nothing, didn't indicate anything. And it doesn't for you either. You're going to be a star, I promise you, a superpower superstar. All right? So that is the warrior's mindset. You're going to make a decision, and you're going to express it in many ways. Write, think, speak, look at yourself saying it. Make a decision, a firm, short, easy decision. Be willing to refine it as you go along. You are going to be willing to be a beginner. This is a training program. You're a soldier in the only worthy battle, and you have to learn to be a soldier. So what if you fall off the track? Get back on as quickly as possible. What matters is your willingness to get right back on, not indulge that mistake, okay? The third thing is that you are accumulating power. Every time you stop yourself, you are accumulating personal power. And that personal power builds a reservoir inside of you, and pretty soon you have enough personal power to sustain stopping over time. Happens. It's not magic. You're developing that inner strength. And the fourth thing you need to know is that your past performance means nothing. What means something is your decision now. What means something is your willingness now, right this minute. We are working on the present moment. Stopping happens in the present moment. It doesn't happen in the past. The past is useless, except that it brought you here. And I hope you enjoyed this content. If you do, smash that like button. I would really appreciate that. Consider subscribing. I would love for you to be a part of the Superpower Recovery family. And consider buying my book. And I'll be back with some more. Come back, come back. Bye for now.